Hey everybody, it's Troy. Some breaking news. The rapper Kanye West, now known officially as Ye, has agreed in principle to purchase the defunct social media site Parler. Parler was kicked off of Apple and Google app stores after January 6th when it was found that all the January 6th terrorists were using Parler to communicate with each other, and there was just some incredibly violent, hateful rhetoric happening on that site. Got taken down from the app stores. Now it's back, but it's basically defunct. But Kanye West has just announced that he will be purchasing Parler. This, of course, a week after Kanye West gets kicked off of Twitter. He was just suspended for making a horrific anti-Semitic remark in a tweet, gets suspended from Twitter. Now he's announcing that he's going to be purchasing Parler, ostensibly so that he'll have a place to continue posting, racist, homophobic, anti-Semitic remarks with little or no consequences, because this is apparently what rich insecure men do. Parliament Technologies, the company that owns Parler, its parent company, said in a statement that Kanye West had made a groundbreaking move into the free speech media space, and that he will never have to fear being removed from social media again, because this is apparently what we do now. Rich insecure dudes just buying up social media platforms when they get kicked off of other ones. The exact terms weren't disclosed, but Kanye West said in a statement, "In a world where conservative opinions are considered to be controversial, we have to make sure that we have the right to freely express ourselves." No, conservative opinions are not considered controversial. Hateful, anti-Semitic, violent rhetoric is considered controversial. And again, West wasn't even kicked off of Twitter. He was suspended. He had his account temporarily locked. Twitter is actually a bastion of right-wing commentary. The entire garbage right, from Shapiro to Charlie Kirk to Ronna McDaniel to Laverne Spicer, Ted Cruz, Tom Cotton, all the right-wing politicians, they all thrive on Twitter. They all have millions of followers, and they're tweeting 50, 100 times a day. All their tweets do very well. So this idea that Twitter is censoring conservatives is just complete bullshit. And again, Kanye wasn't even kicked off of Twitter. He was just suspended. But now he's moving into, purchasing Parler. Musk presumably will own Twitter. You got Trump over there on Truth Social, which is a joke site. So we're just the influx of sort of faux oppressed conservative males who need an outlet for their conservative rage is just off the charts at this point. The funniest thing about this is, a couple weeks ago when they were trying to, the garbage right wing in this country was trying to hold up Kanye as this cultural icon after he goes on Tucker's show and just sort of, talks about how much he loves Trump and how oppressed the conservatives are in this country. The right wing starts to hold him up. He's hanging out with Candace Owens. They're wearing racist White Lives Matter t-shirts at these events, and then he gets suspended from Twitter for his anti-Semitic comments like 48 hours after he goes on Tucker. It's the most hilarious thing ever. Republicans are backpedaling, but Candace Owens went on an apology tour for about a week defending Kanye West for his remarks, making up bullshit like she didn't know what he was talking about. Well, it turns out that the owner of Parler, George Farmer, just happens to be married to Candace Owens. He's Candace Owens' husband, owns Parler. So it now looks like Candace Owens was playing Kanye West, trotting him out at all these conservative events, getting him to wear this merch, upping his sort of celebrity status among the right, getting him to say really controversial shit, going on Tucker. Now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he's announced his intention to buy Parler, bail out Candace Owens' husband, George Farmer, who runs this failing social media platform. And once again, hate speech is not free speech. Anti-Semitic speech is not free speech. Violent, hateful rhetoric, homophobic rhetoric, racist rhetoric, this is all not protected free speech. You are allowed to go on Twitter and say basically anything you want, except for violent anti-Semitic hate speech. That's just about the only thing that'll get you kicked off of Twitter. It's actually really hard to get kicked off of Twitter. But you are not entitled to hate speech on social media platforms. Private social media platforms, private companies are not protected under the First Amendment. The First Amendment protects your right to speak out against the government. The government can't just come to your house and lock your ass up for saying hateful things about Joe Biden. That's the First Amendment. The First Amendment does not guarantee your right to have access to Twitter. That's how entitled these fucking people are. They believe they're entitled to post hateful tweets on Twitter. And when Twitter, which is a private company, decides that you violated their user agreement that you agreed to when you signed up for a Twitter account, and kicks you off of Twitter for saying hateful stuff, then these people like to circle the wagons and say that their First Amendment rights have been violated. It's pathetic. It's entitled. But this Kanye West thing is just the latest stream of right-wing, the garbage right, circling the wagons and trying to promote hateful fascist rhetoric on social media, trying to find more and more outlets for their hate, for their violence, and for their organizing, frankly, for their ability to organize to try and, try and engage in a coup against our democracy, trying to undermine our democracy. So just scary times. We'll see what comes out of this. For MeidasTouch, this is Troy. Remember, as always, smash the subscribe button to keep supporting independent media.
This November is Rowvember. MeidasTouch just released its brand new collection of Rowvember t-shirts and pins to let the country know what's at stake this upcoming midterm election. Go to store.meidastouch.com to grab yours. That's store.meidastouch.com.